The officer who was sitting with the woman stood up. "She's right, James. We can place them under arrest, but judgment can't be passed until we've gone through a proper investigation."
"It's obvious it was them! They killed my brother!"
James replied. "Actually," said the doctor, stepping in. James moved his gun from Alpha's eye stalk to the doctor's forehead. The doctor instinctively put his hands where he could see them. "Actually, I think you'll find, if you just look at the desk over there, that there was a note left with what was obviously a poisoned bottle of wine, and neither of us have the handwriting that appears on that note." The officer who was sitting with the woman walked over to his partner. "James," he said, "I know John was your brother, but if these people didn't kill him, your conscience will never be clear." James sighed and lowered his weapon. He walked over to his sister-in-law and tried to comfort her. "Thank you," said the doctor. "You're not off the hook yet. I'm going to take you down to the detention center and ask you a few questions. Come on," said the officer. Alpha looked at the doctor and he nodded for her to follow. "So, that's your story then?" Detective Schultz asked. "Yes," said Alpha, getting rather tired of telling the same story over and over again. "Right," said Detective Schultz, reaching for a radio in his pocket. "Bring in Dr. Smith." The doctor was shoved into the interrogation room and was sat down next to Alpha. "Your stories seem to add up," the detective said. "None of the details are different. You'd have me believing you if it weren't for this TARDIS you both kept on going about." "I assure you that every word of it's true. How else would we be here without any record of being here? That's besides the point, though. What about the note?" asked the doctor. "You mean the one you found on Heath's desk?" asked the detective. The doctor nodded. "It's been examined. It doesn't match up with your handwriting, and it doesn't match up with any of the records in the colony. We found no evidence that can be used against you either. In other words, we're free to go. As much as I don't like it, I'm afraid so." "Actually, I'd like to stay and help, Detective. If there's anything you need." Before the doctor could finish, the detective let out a short laugh. "Oh, no, Doctor, it's fine. We've got a genius working on the case now. He's never failed to crack a case." "Oh, and who might he be?" the doctor asked. "Jeremiah Wolf. He's a child prodigy. The pride of B710675, that boy is," said the detective cheerfully. "This case will be solved by the end of the day, I can guarantee it." "Jeremiah Wolf," the doctor said quietly, thinking over the name.
"A child solving murders. Isn't that job a bit dangerous for a kid?"
asked Alpha. "Actually, on second thought, we're just going to go," said the doctor. "Sorry to have wasted your time, Detective." "No problem at all, sir," replied Schultz. The doctor looked at Alpha, and the two of them were on their way.
"Why did you change your mind all of a sudden?" asked Alpha.
"Didn't you recognize the name? Jeremiah Wolf. Think back to the history books you read. They had left the station now."
"You mean—"
"Yes, that's exactly what I mean. The unknown parties that brought the child Prodigy, as he has been nicknamed, to justice. The two people whose names time forgot. It's us, Alpha. We bring Jeremiah Wolf, the murderer that had been hidden in plain sight, to justice."
"How do you know that? Surely we aren't the only unknown parties here,"
said Alpha. "In this day and age, Alpha, there are no unknown parties. Everybody has some sort of record. At least everybody in this galaxy. You and I are from thousands of years into the future. We don't exist here," said the doctor.
"But Wolf's imprisonment. It causes outrage among the community, a civil war," replied Alpha. "Doctor, we're going to cause another war. I don't want to—"
"Sorry I brought you here, Alpha. I didn't think this would happen, but the future's set in stone, and I have a duty to perform as a Time Lord to make sure that everything plays out correctly. We have to find and put Wolf on death's row."